Hi, welcome to the Digital and Cloud Summit. I'm Lauren with Cloud for Utilities. I'm here today with Invoice Cloud's Chief Revenue Officer, Matt Braley. Thanks for joining us today, Matt.
Thanks for having me, Lauren.
So, how long have you been at Invoice Cloud?
I started with the company a little over 9 years ago,
Wow, almost a decade.
almost a
Um,
decade.
yeah. What advice do you have for young people who want to get into tech?
I would say start out in a sales role. Sales expose even if you don't want to do sales long term, sales exposes you to operations, marketing, go to market, all the different aspects of the business. It really gives you a flavor of how the company operates end to end. So that'd be my piece of advice.
That's great advice because every tech company I've ever worked for, including Cloud for Utilities, everyone's in sales. So no matter what your role is, somehow you're in sales. So,
Exactly.
it's all fun. Matt, what makes Invoice Cloud a leader in the industry?
Hey, Lauren. So from the start, Invoice Cloud was built as an omni-channel platform with the sole purpose of driving self-service e-adoption and efficiency for our clients. So let me start by defining what omni-channel is versus multi-channel. A multi-channel platform would be one that has an e-bill, an IVR, ability to take payments, but all the channels don't talk to each other. They're siloed. An omni-channel platform is where if you store your payment method via the IVR, you can go and use that same payment method on mobile or to pay through an e-bill. So all the channels talk to each other and work together cohesively. So let me give you a brief background of the EBPP space. In the late 90s and early 2000s, as the rise of e-commerce was taking place, there were companies who popped up, started focusing on taking utility payments online. There were also print and mail companies who started to send out e-bills. There are other companies focusing on IVR and call center tools. There are many banks providing point of sale for credit card processing. And then companies whose core competency was in one of those areas started to bolt on additional services like e-bill or IVR or something else. So this is a case of sometimes being the last into the market or one of the later players into the market is an advantage because we were able to look at everything that was going on when we entered the space in 2009, identify where there was friction in the process of making a payment, where the systems weren't talking to each other effectively, and build a cohesive omni-channel platform from the ground up where all the channels work together to drive the best outcomes for our customers.
That's great. I mean, it makes sense that you would want like something that was like designed to work all together. So it seems like Invoice Cloud is great. So how does your platform change things for your customers?
Yeah, we fundamentally transform how utilities engage with their customers. Yeah, and the evidence is really in the data line. So Invoice Cloud is boarding 20 plus new utilities onto our platform every month. And on average, in year one, our clients are achieving 119% increase in self-service e-payments,
Wow.
2.8x increase in paperless enrollment, and over 30% reduction in call center volume around billing and payment related questions. So that's the reason we've been as successful as we are is because that purpose-built omni-channel platform that's working to drive these results. So we focus on designing technology that leverages the existing touch points between a utility and their customers, and then giving our clients the technology tools to change their customers' behavior, which maximizes self-service. So this is really transformative for our clients' billing and collections departments.
And self-service is such a big thing in the industry these days. Can you tell me about a recent success you've had with a customer?
We recently partnered with a progressive West Coast utility that uses Oracle CCMB.
Oh, excellent.
In the first year of being live with Invoice Cloud, their billing and payment related calls decreased by 69%,
Wow.
and their online payments increased by 242%. So, as you can imagine, Lauren, this freed up an enormous amount of time for their staff to focus on more important things for their organization than taking calls about how much someone owes on their bill or taking payments over the phone.
Yeah. I learned in setting up this interview that my local water utility uses Invoice Cloud, and I can tell you it's really easy to use. It's great. So, where do you see like cloud adoption and digital transformations going in the future?
Before I answer, I'm going to start with a definition again here. I want to make a clear distinction between what SaaS is and what a hosted platform is. True SaaS means the company's architecture is single instance, multi-tenanted. There are not different versions of a SaaS platform out there. You can't go online and find one UI UX at one customer site and another UI UX at at a different customer site. A true SaaS platform means everyone is on the latest and greatest. A hosted platform with nothing on-prem does not necessarily mean it's SaaS. It's a very important distinction, Lauren, because the architecture is what allows for rapid deployment of new functionality to that SaaS platform's customer base, right? If you're maintaining a bunch of different stacks of code, you can't deploy and innovate at nearly the same speed. Let's just look at the fintech world as an example of how important this is. A little over a decade ago, Apple Pay, Google Pay, PayPal, Venmo, Pay by Text, those were either non-existent or nascent technologies. That is just perfectly illustrates how quickly the technology world changes. So the only way to keep up in a rapidly changing segment of the technology world like payments is to be providing a true SaaS platform where an organization like Invoice Cloud can roll out new payment options to all of our client base seamlessly. So I don't see a world 5 to 10 years from now where utilities are choosing to partner with non-SaaS platforms. I see on-prem and hosted platforms going by the wayside. They just won't be able to keep up with innovation.
Yeah, it'll be hard to keep up. I mean, these companies integrate and, go just at light speed compared to how some of our friends and utility companies can go. So it's hard to, stay current when there are teams for R&D and all that stuff. And, in-house, you just may not have that technology. So, we're very big proponents of cloud technology here at Cloud for Utilities. How are you embracing digital transformation?
We're not embracing digital transformation, Lauren. We are digital transformation.
You are a digital transformation. That's right. So of course you're embracing it. Well,
We're fully embracing it. Bear hug.
so what should utilities be doing today to be prepared for this future?
In addition to the obvious, such as selecting partners with deep industry experience and a SaaS architecture, right? I would highly recommend utilities seek out best-of-breed technologies, but more specifically, best-of-breed technology solutions who have figured out how to integrate and play well with other technology platforms. I think that's incredibly important for future-proofing your organization. Invoice Cloud supports 100 plus integrations, and we're lucky we've had the opportunity to partner and integrate with systems like SAP, Oracle, Harris, as well as their respective consulting partners. There's no way we could have achieved the level of success we've had at Invoice Cloud without adopting a partner-first model. You can't be all things to all people as a technology company. So if an organization wants to have best of breed across the spectrum, they've got to have best of breed platforms that also play well with other technologies.
Yeah, that just underlines the importance of having a partner that you can work with and who's agile and can, make changes on the fly and keep up. All right, Matt. Well, thank you so much for your time today. I look forward to seeing you around town.
Thank you, Lauren. Take care.